So, guys, we just finished watching Jaya 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 Hey, the Malayalam film, and I'm Nona Prince, joined by Ashmita Cheji from I Just React and Review. And this is our spoiler discussion. So, if you haven't seen the movie, please go watch it. It's on Hotstar, and then you can watch this video. We actually did a live reaction to it. You can check it out on Nona Prince Unfiltered channel. But yeah, let's talk about it. We'll come to the live chat soon, but we'll just share our quick thoughts and what did we think about the overall film.
So I'll start with me. I think it was very so. In terms of the entertainment factor, I'll break it down in various parts. In terms of the overall entertainment, I loved it. Like I would have enjoyed this a lot in the theater also, with a good crowd. Like I could foresee that while watching this right now, that I would have really enjoyed this movie in the theater.
Yep.
Because when the crowd is laughing and all of that with you, it's a different atmosphere. So that's one thing. So entertainment wise, I'm very happy. Second is story wise. Yes, somebody in the beginning said that you were told that it's like the Great Indian Kitchen, but in like a light-hearted mode, which I think is it's absolutely correct. Because here also, I like how this ends in a way that Basil Joseph's the Rajesh doesn't have any big change in his character, which is quite realistic. I like that, where you see a full blown change happening with Jaya's character, because she had been suppressing all of that inside her for many years. So when she has changed completely, she's more confident. That is believable. But it would have been a little bit unrealistic, I feel, if Rajesh was also, oh yes, I am all good now, I understand this perspective and all. Like we get a glimpse of it where he says that, oh, I'm basically a man child, I cannot survive without men are like, we cannot live alone and all of that. So that is maybe, and that too while he was very drunk. He, that dialogue came out
when he's broken.
When he's completely broken, he has been humiliated completely, he doesn't want to go out. That's when he says those things. But that also is quite realistic, where you see at the end that he has not, like, his mindset has not changed fully, even though the judge gave that full speech. But it'll take time. So I like how Rajesh's arc is like, we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know that they both are competitors, and it's just kept open-ended. So I like this kind of ending to the story, where there's a lot to discuss and interpret. And Rajesh's character as a whole, like, we can make too many branches out of it, that, oh, will he change, will he not, will they come into a middle ground, how will they compete as business owners, because they are like in direct competition. So too many theories can be made. So that's another thing that I liked about the writing.
I feel it's a really good satire. I liked I like the writing a lot. How it became really serious. I felt like the way the whole first, until we get that, the way she kicks back, until that you don't really know it's in that territory, that slapstickness, and suddenly the tone changes. Which
Right.
it's I think it works in a theatrical way, because you are expecting something and suddenly it just changes. And I think the
Right.
setup was nice, and I think it's really clever of talking about a issue like domestic violence, and
Right.
how men feel women are. And it's a very raw and on face value, like this is what they think. It's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
AIB Honest series they had, like
Got
everyone
it.
just say
Yeah.
what the truth is.
Yeah.
There's a wedding happening, everyone just say the truth, and this we see that everyone like, oh, women cannot go there, and this, and you cannot send her out, and she's just there to get married, why waste money on
Right.
her, and etc. So all these things are just directly there, and we see her journey through it, and how
Correct.
later all of this are dumped on her only for even standing up. So I think it was
Correct.
a very innovative idea to make it in a entertaining comedy way, to make people talk about it. Even if people just take entertainment, there's something to take away from it.
Yes.
Even if it happens in their
Absolutely
own
agree.
house, it happens in their neighborhood, anyway. So it's a very great starter to get into the discussion. I
Right.
really liked that twist was really amazing when she beats him up. It was so, it's
Oh,
like you, and they
absolutely
build it up so
fantastic.
well that yes, go. And
Correct.
and then in the second half, I like now where I don't know where it will take. It's just gonna be beating up, then it becomes too repetitive, and there's no meaning in it. Like
Right.
they beat you, you beat them, and that's not a solution. So I liked
Hmm.
how it went to in a way of, oh, he has to now woo her, and in that
Right.
in that way you are actually showing that how you should be as a man. So the film is able to give you a lesson on what you need to do, but in a clever way, that it's
Correct.
not preachy. It's just
Yes.
disguised as it's his plan. So
Correct.
then afterwards I was again thinking, now where you go, will he really change with this, or
Right.
as you said, it would have been a little unrealistic if he had did change.
I
uh,
like the fact that he didn't
yeah.
change.
And from there, then the separation happens. Like at the end, it just, like, I was not sure what's happening, and at the end it did, like, coming to the point of what a woman needs, and it's a dialogue, like I'm like, okay, like you're giving it out in a dialogue. I would have liked to see visually to represent this. So I think
Hmm.
climax could have been like better for me. I don't mind this,
Okay.
like it's okay. There is a At the end of the day, there will be some places you have to say, okay, let's just make it just a dialogue and just give a lesson.
Hmm.
Everything, for me, it would have been a great movie if they would have visually depicted it, that
Hmm.
giving, like as the thing happened in the second half, that he has to become better person, but it's a disguise in the film. So just like that, something
Right.
smart at the end would have been there. I would have liked that more. But
Hmm.
overall, it was a fun movie, and it's always, even for I think someone was talking about comparing it with Darlings, and even in that film, right, like when she starts to hit him back and all, right, in my mind constantly I was thinking, where will this go? Will it end by saying, you killed her, and it's a dark comedy, and yeah, we won? That's not actually a
Right.
victory. And
Hmm.
how in that film, if people have seen spoilers, that how at the end it's like, if I do the same thing to him, I become him.
Yeah.
I'm not letting
Right.
go of my past.
She changed. She
Yeah.
changes her mind at the last
That
moment.
she,
Correct.
at the end, when she goes and buys a ticket for just for herself, that
Right.
now she has let it go. She needs to move on.
Right.
And that's the answer to it. That's the solution you're providing. Don't be stuck in something like this. You have to move on.
Correct.
So here
Correct.
also I was thinking, how would you say that? And I think they did that well also, that like she got her own job, she left them, and I liked
Yeah.
that montage of she trying to do something, then the mother comes again, and like, yeah, come home, and cries, and
And
also,
she's like, because she's like, okay, finally my family is
yeah,
supporting me. Like, I'm gonna go with them, and they understand me. Then suddenly, her mother's tone completely changes when she realizes that, okay, my mother's just gonna drop me off there with Rajesh. So, and then the mother tones completely, like she's angry. So I like how even the characters are flipping so suddenly with the situation.
it's not
And
subtle at all. It's not.
it's, yeah, it's in
uh
your face with the dialogues also. It's very in your face, like,
yeah,
oh, the dad directly asking, okay, what about dowry, take
yeah,
dowry, but it's like all these issues that we see in the society, which people mask in a nice sentence, that okay, it's not direct, like I don't want to be direct in this.
yeah.
This is like in your face, which is going to tell you how it is basically. And I like how in the first half also, the seriousness and the comedy part was balanced really nicely, because when she's getting slapped, I'm like, this is uncomfortable. And even the dialogues are like that, which I liked. What I liked about the screenplay is, like, because the dialogues are so direct, there are instances where you'll be like, yeah, how can you say this? How is the mother saying this? How is Rajesh saying this? How are these people saying these things outright? So it kind of puts you in that uncomfortable zone also, in a funny way. So I think that was
It's like
balanced
you have stripped the
really.
society naked. You
Yeah,
see it, you
yeah,
see through them. How, and I love that moment, because I've seen that, that suddenly you put everything on her, that you didn't study, we provide everything for you, you chose the husband, just because she
correct.
agreed, now it's on all on her, that we gave
Right,
you everything, like that emotional blackmail,
right,
like,
right,
and
right.
it's I like that, the film doesn't try to frame the parents, they are good, but they believe in society. No, they are also for me, they are more the issue than the husband, because the
Correct.
husband is of other family, and that's the patriarchal world we live in. But what did you do to your daughter, your own daughter?
Right.
You know,
Correct.
so for me, I would have loved to see her beating a father because
But
he was.
I really like the brothers angle also. Like, it was very subtly shown. You know, he's not there out there. Like all the other side characters. Wherever it's required, there is, because I feel that the brother does play this support system for her, at least, that okay, going to the bank, asking for loans. You see the brother there, and I think that's a very big statement in itself. The brother doesn't have any doubt, like he's just there. But I feel visually that says a lot about their relationship. So I think that was also some good writing over there.
I did.
Without giving too much dialogues, you kind of give importance to that character indirectly.
Yeah. I feel like, they were like in the starting, the way he was behaving, like he had the privilege of being a male, and he enjoyed that, and he was using it to put her down. You cannot go to OT. In my class also, some girls didn't show up. That's very real. That's very real. I've seen it. Maybe
Yeah.
even I, some moment in my life, I was that, so I could totally understand it. So I feel like the film didn't have enough time to really explore that
their relationship.
Have you seen Dear Zindagi?
Yeah.
So in that also, the brother is from start is very supportive,
Right.
and that also I could not as in relate, as in like my sister is someone who could talk to me like that, and I would
Right.
try to help her. But I've also gone through the arc that I was like that, seeing the society being
Got
that
it.
made, ignorant of everything, and that I have gone through that arc of, no, this is wrong, I need to learn
Okay.
that. So I connect to that, so that, but that is not represented in the film in a sense. Also it
Got
can
it.
be, you don't want to show all male characters are bad, so I
Which they
think,
are not,
yeah,
obviously.
so I think that also, that character, maybe something more with that character would have helped. But yeah, like overall, I think, again, as I said, it's entertainers, so they're more focused to get the laugh, and again, being very direct, like Ajju Varghese character. Oh, I'm a feminist and this and that, and girls should do independent. And then when we see her, he's so controlling, and you have to take
Correct.
my permission, and so the facade,
Right.
some people put up in
They put a
society.
facade. So
Yeah.
that's another like character. Like people are like that. Okay, कि बाहर तो हाँ, all, yeah, we are for equal rights and stuff like that. But घर के अंदर it's a totally different story. So yeah, so I think the character wise, like all the characters were very direct with their thoughts. It's like what they're thinking is how they're behaving. It's like that. So I really like the way the characterization, and they got the laughs out of me.
Yeah.
The sequence of the dialogues and the scenes were just so well done. And Basil Joseph's comic timing is just, with his expressions only alone, he can make me laugh.
Yep.
Really, it's amazing. And I feel that's why I said the music. I really enjoyed the music because they did not, even if it goes in that slapstick zone, the music did not become too loud, which usually it happens with that kind of comedy. I like how they have balanced the music with the comedy here.
And I think for such films, there's always a doubt that will the comedy take over what you're trying to show, that becomes more important of, them hitting each other and that, and then in the fun, you just forget what's really happening. Are you
Right.
being insensitive to it? So I think in that sense also they balanced it really well.
Right.
That the dialogue from him, right? That I cannot live without a woman. Men cannot do that. We are so independent and all of that. So that was a nice touch, just instead of just
Yeah.
making him, he doesn't understand life and he doesn't get it. So at that
Correct.
moment, it's like, oh, he gets it. He gets it what the problem is, but they still don't want to change.
Yeah.
Because, it's in their favor. The world works in their favor.
Correct.
But
And I that's what I think the movie really won me there, where he doesn't change and she goes through a complete arc, and with the confidence with which she's like, I'm thinking, what is she going to talk for 5 minutes? What does she want to say?
Yeah.
Are they going to reconcile? Because, and that's what you said, na, that in the second half you don't know
yeah.
where the movie is going to take you. So that's another plus of the writing over here, that you probably can predict 1, 2, 3 parts, but you can't really pinpoint that, oh, this is the direction they're gonna go. So I really loved her like chill demeanor. I'm like, she's sitting so chill and she's looking at the papers and she's asking about the chicken. So one might think at that scene that, oh, she's trying to make him feel comfortable with that conversation which they had when they met for the first time,
Yeah.
because that's how he tried to break the ice. But then it turns into completely something else. So that was a nice touch in the end.
To bring that back.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering, that shop is doing well. I wonder if she's really like involved with it, because 1 month where we didn't know what she's up to and all of that,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that was a great touch. But you know what I was thinking? Maybe this film can be remade in Hindi with Akshay Kumar. So guys, that was part 1. If you want to know the full thought, check out part 1 Chechi's channel. It will be here somewhere. Click on it and watch that. And if you enjoyed, do like, subscribe for more such stuff. And we'll see you in that part now. See ya.